Welcome back to the channel. Holly Jonas is way too smart for the people around her. Like, seriously. We need to talk about this brilliant little move she just pulled to clear her name. She literally just offered to take a simple blood test to prove there are no drugs in her system. And then she turned right around and pointed the finger of suspicion directly at DiMera. Boom. Mic drop. I am sitting here watching this and just cheering for her because finally someone in this town is using their brain. It is just so refreshing because honestly, the adults in Salem are acting incredibly stupid right now. But Holly, she is playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. And she is not going to let them frame her. And you have to look at the setup here. Tate and Sarah cornering Holly like she is some kind of criminal mastermind. They found pills in her bag. So obviously they jump to the worst conclusion because this is Salem and nobody ever gives anyone the benefit of the doubt. Ever. But, you know, Tate has his reasons. We all remember when he went to juvenile camp to cover for Holly's drug use in the past. That whole overdose situation, it was a nightmare. So he is traumatized. I get it. He has PTSD from taking the fall for her. But come on. You are supposed to love her. You are supposed to trust her. And he just immediately assumes she is a junkie again. It is just sad. But Holly is not just taking this lying down. She starts poking massive holes in their stupid theory. She points out the obvious flaws in the evidence. She didn't even pack that bag. Bonnie packed it. Xander carried it over. Do they really think Xander is planting drugs on her? Well, maybe he is Xander. But probably not right now. Or what about the hospital staff? Or the mansion staff? Anyone could have dropped those pills in her bag. It is the oldest trick in the Salem playbook. Someone wants to frame you, they just drop contraband in your purse. It is so clunky. And Holly sees right through it. And then comes the genius part. The blood test. Holly just looks at them and says, "Test me. Draw my blood right now. Prove it. If I am an addict, it will be in my blood. But I am not. So test me." It is such a simple, perfect solution. Sarah is literally a doctor. They are at the hospital. Just do the test. But no. Nobody suggests it until Holly has to spell it out for them. Because everyone is too busy being dramatic. And why, if Sarah is so worried about her niece's supposed drug habit, is her first instinct to just drug her? To sedate her? Instead of just running a basic talk screen to see what is actually going on? It makes no medical sense. But that is University Hospital for you. But Holly doesn't stop there. She goes on the offensive. And this is where she proves she is the smartest person in the room. She points the finger at EJ. And she is absolutely right. Why would EJ do this? Because he is desperate. EJ is drowning in scandals right now, and he needs a distraction. He needs a smokescreen. And a teenage drug scandal is the perfect headline to take the heat off his own massive corporate crimes. Holly connected the dots that the adults completely missed. Let's talk about EJ's mess for a second, because it is a massive info dump of terrible decisions. He is in so deep. DiMera Pharmaceuticals is responsible for the Coriseal crisis. The pills were laced with arsenic. They buried him on Smith Island. It poisoned Julie's well. Destiny died. Clea died. It is a massive public health crisis. And EJ is scrambling to cover it up. He brought in Rita to help him hide his tracks. Rita, Stefano's old fixer. That is how bad it is. EJ is literally turning into his father. Susan Banks even warned him he was becoming a monster. And she was right. And that is not even EJ's only problem. He is trying to hide the fact that Lexi's resurrection cure is failing. Dr. Rolf's Versavix serum is a bust. The lab rats are dying. Lexi is getting headaches. She is going to die again. Abe is going to lose his mind. Plus, EJ kidnapped Kristen as payback for her trying to kill Johnny in the apartment fire. The man is a walking disaster, right? So what does he do? He plants pills on a teenager. He sets up Holly to take the fall just to keep the press and the cops looking the other way. It is sick. But it is exactly what EJ would do. Let's talk about the sheer audacity of EJ DiMera for a second. Because this goes so much deeper than just planting pills. This is a masterclass in DiMera manipulation. EJ's wearing Stefano's ring. He is embracing the legacy of the Phoenix. And what does the Phoenix do when backed into a corner? He creates chaos. He creates a scapegoat. EJ knows that the Salem Police Department is stretched thin. He knows Jada Hunter is distracted by her romance with Sean Brady and the whole Stephanie Kiriakis shooting investigation. So EJ calculates that if he throws a shiny object at the cops, like a legacy teen caught with illegal pills, they will completely ignore the massive environmental and medical disaster happening on Smith Island. It is so calculated, so cold. And the fact that he chose Holly, someone who has already struggled with addiction, shows just how devoid of empathy EJ has become. He doesn't care if he ruins her life. He only cares about protecting the DiMera empire. But he underestimated Holly. He thought she would just crumble under the accusations. He thought she would cry and play the victim. He didn't expect her to stand tall, demand a medical test, and point the finger right back at him. And Sarah. Oh my gosh. Sarah. What is she doing? She is a doctor. She should know better. But she is so blinded by her guilt over Destiny dying that she is just projecting all her fear onto Holly. She is terrified Holly will be the next victim of the tainted drugs. But instead of acting like a medical professional, she acts like a panicked relative. And worse. She is secretly running to Xander to help her do illegal stuff to investigate DiMera. While she is dating Brady, Brady's literally working for Black Patch now. He is investigating this for her. But she doesn't trust him to get his hands dirty. So she goes to her toxic ex-husband. She is lying to Brady, sneaking around with Xander, and accusing her niece of being a junkie. Make it make sense. And then there is Tate. Poor, stupid Tate. He just can't trust her. The breakup is coming. You can see it a mile away. He looks at Holly and all he sees is the girl who let him take the fall. He doesn't see the girl standing in front of him, begging him to believe her. And Holly sees that. She sees that the boy she loves doesn't trust her. It is heartbreaking. But it is also infuriating because she is literally offering them the proof. Just take the blood test. But Tate's lack of trust is going to shatter their relationship. It is already fractured. This is the final nail in the coffin. And let's not forget that Holly is already dealing with so much right now. Amy Choi is relentlessly pursuing manslaughter charges against her for Sophia's supposed suicide. Holly is fighting for her freedom on multiple fronts. She doesn't need her boyfriend and her aunt turning on her too. She is completely isolated. But she is fighting back. She is using her brain. She is demanding the blood test. And she is throwing EJ right under the bus where he belongs. So where does this leave us? Holly is fighting for her life. EJ is scrambling to keep his house of cards from collapsing. Cat Green is running around with 3 different jobs, spying on EJ for Rafe, and the ISA, and now Kayla wants her to work against EJ too. The walls are closing in on EJ, and Holly just gave them a massive crack in his armor, because if they do that blood test and it comes back clean, then the pills were planted. And if they were planted, who had the motive? EJ DiMera. Holly figured it out. She is the absolute MVP right now. And I just hope Sarah and Tate wake up before it is too late.